My book talk on Romeo and Julio by Sharon M. Draper. This is a great companion novel to the original Shakespearean play Romeo and Juliet, with a unique take on this retelling through a gender-bent perspective. The main protagonists, Romeo and Julio, are meant to mimic the original main characters, Romeo and Juliet, from the Shakespearean play. But in this novel, Romeo is a young African-American woman and Julio is a young Latino teenager. They both, like the original protagonists in the Shakespearean play, have a strong attraction to each other and explore similar themes of the inevitable nature of destiny, the courage needed to defy family expectations, and the consequences that come with rebellion. Not to give too much away, but there is a different ending compared to the original play, with a happier note replacing tragedy from the original Shakespearean play. Here I'm going to compare the writings from the original play compared to the writing in the novel. Here we have Act 3, Scene 5 of Juliet and Sir Capulet arguing compared to Chapter 32 of Romeo and Julio. Here, both protagonists are fighting with their fathers. Here, both fathers show similar communication styles, and both protagonists show similar feelings of frustration that their parents are not listening. This leads to both protagonists taking drastic measures and ending up in serious consequences because of their disobedience. The issue comes with both fathers laying unrealistic and harsh expectations on their family, on their children particularly, and the children defying those expectations and restrictions. There is an overlapping concept of the inevitability of destiny. Destiny appears as a character in Romeo and Julio and is used to play off the role of destiny in the original play. This character is used as a sparking point of the original romance between the two main characters. She represents the chances of outcomes and consequences for the characters, and she plays as a support for the main characters in the book, compared to in the original Shakespearean play, destiny can be seen as an obstacle and an ultimate tragedy in the original play. But in the companion novel, destiny plays a support character. Continues the idea of true love being tied with destiny. There's also an overlying theme of challenging the status quo. We see both protagonists in the original play and the companion novel challenging the expectations set by their family and suffering the consequences from those defiances. Both sets of main characters end up in dangerous situations because of their defiance. Whether it's seen as right or wrong, the choices were made. Both sets face serious consequences for their disobediences in means of physical and emotional states. Both sets of communities are transformed after the climax happens. There's a definite change after the climax of both stories. And in the companion novel, the climax changes the communities and there is a happy ending. The ending is altered from the original play, so the lessons learned are slightly different, with this not ending in tragedy, but rather more emphasis on a happy ending and the importance of independence. Why you should read this book. It's a great rendition of the original Shakespearean play with a unique twist on gender bending. There's an exploration of how the main protagonist would look and feel different with different identities such as gender and race. There are relatable characters and relationships played through the story. There's a lot of fun romance and cheesy moments that will help you remember your time in high school, or if you are in high school. And it's an inspirational tale of bravery and setting up for the people you care about. There's importance on taking a stance